Every year, a couple has to have a moment in that year that reminds them why they are together, why they got married. And it's usually that time of the anniversary. I remember my Rebbe told me, every year at your anniversary, pull out that wedding video and watch it. And remember, if you're walking down the aisle and took those vows, remember why you got married, and relive the beauty and the innocence of that day to sort of reignite that spark. It's very important. Well, if there's a month of the year where it's our anniversary, perhaps Elul, Ani Ladodi Ladodi Li, is that month where we rekindle that relationship with Hashem, obviously in preparation for Rosh Hashanah, where we coordinate the King, where we're Mamlech HaKadosh Baruch Hu, where we coordinate Him, and we recognize that He, again, is the creator of the world, and all the things that happen to us, whether they're good, bad, whatever the challenges are, they all come from Hashem, and ultimately they're to test us so that we can perfect our ways and fulfill our tachlis, our purpose in this world. Ani Ladodi, it's a very difficult place to get to. It's a very high level to get committed. If you ask a mother who's expecting a child, are you going to love this child when the child comes out, even if the child doesn't have your blue eyes and your light hair and is not as tall as you are, or perhaps is not as funny as your family is? Are you going to still love this child? And of course we know the answer is of course. She's completely committed. She is all in. No matter what happens to this child, good, bad, or indifferent, she's all in. She will love that child. In this week's Parsha, we're tested again. This is the Parsha of the admonitions, the admonishments that we get from the Torah, that if we don't fulfill God's laws, what could happen to the Jewish people. And too often throughout Jewish history, we've had experienced pogroms and holocausts like this. Prior to this Parsha, there's 12 curses in chapter 27 the Torah lays out, 12 of them. And it says the person who is cursed, who does the following things: he disparages, degrades parents, he steals lands, he takes advantage of widows and orphans, he commits sexual immorality. He could be perhaps with an animal or with his sister, or he could be with the wife of his father, things that we wouldn't even think of doing. And yet in the same breath, the last of the curses that we shouldn't, the person who is cursed is the person who does not uphold the words of the Torah. And the rabbis are very bothered by this. What does that mean? How could that be in this section, the person who doesn't fulfill the words of the Torah? But the answer is because someone who's not committed, it's as if he has transgressed, he's committed some type of adultery in their relationship. And in this month of Elul, of Ani Ladodi, any time that we have a voice or there's another ruach, another spirit that takes us away from that Ani Ladodi, it's not helping us fulfill the words of the Torah, but rather letting the Torah fall on the ground. So we're cursed. We're not fulfilling the words. And in this culture, in this generation, which is very much sort of a fiddler on the roof cultural Judaism, bagels, lox, and cream cheese, and let's go to shul a few times a year, and let's dip a few apples in the honey, and maybe we'll shake a lulav and an esrog, and we'll get away with being Jewish. According to the Torah, according to this parsha, that's just not good enough. In fact, be careful. You may even be cursed, or be called someone who is cursed. And everyone, the whole of Klal Yisrael said at the end of that, the person who does not fulfill the word of the Torah, he is cursed, and they all said, Amen. When we want to get to the place of Ani Ladodi, to get fully committed, to get that bracha of Ladodi Li, that Hashem's Shefa, His warmth and His love coming back to our life, we have to start that relationship. We have to remove all of the curses, all the noises that take us away, that transgress and take us into that perhaps more adulterous state with Hashem. We have to clean shop and get our heart in the right place so that we can get our head focused on Rosh Hashanah. And with that, we can all have the bracha of a sweet new year. Happy New Year and a good Shabbat.